Thank you for those of you that got going on your bell work right away. Please make sure you're sitting next to your partner.
I started teaching for social political reasons. I really believe that true change occurs at this level, and that the future of everything really depends on how well our students are educated.
Next question. What is the purpose of the preamble? Jessica? Define? Sure. I'm looking for something a little more general than that.
I try to be animated. I try to connect the information to something that's important to them. I try to see where they are, and a lot of times I'll have an idea of what I want to do, and I'll start doing it, and you get pretty immediate feedback. And sometimes you can inch them along and they'll join you, but other times you recognize, I just got to change the course right now. We've got to do something different.
Next question. Who can name one of the rights guaranteed by the amendment?
She can teach stuff very well, but she does it in a very creatively awesome way. Like, she can explain it, she breaks it down, and not just say the whole thing. She just breaks it down.
You're going to come up with issues, and we're going to call...
She's taught me about the Donner Party and civics, the propaganda, the amendments, and the articles. She is a magnificent actor, and she's the best teacher in the world, and that's from the heart.
I think the big paydays are when you give them a test and it's hard, and you know it's hard, and you're correcting them, and students are able to give the right answers. They have learned something. And it's so funny how whenever there's a test in front of me and I start correcting it, I always get the jitters. And I think that in some ways it shows me where I am, what I need to be doing differently, and how much they're getting.
Let's take a look at this next piece here by Hanyar Danier. This is the third class carriage. In the Ghent altarpiece, the figures have...
When I was in high school and I took a pottery class, I fell in love with pottery, and I really liked the notion and idea of teaching. And so when I went off to college, I knew exactly what I was going to do. I was one of those strange teachers who went to college, spent 4 years, came back, started teaching, and now I'm 25 years in.
So initial photographs start to really have an impact during realistic movement of the early part of the 19th century.
I love to teach art history, but I don't know that I'd want to do it 6 periods a day. And so I love the hands-on part of the studio classes, but I also like the academic part of the arts.
First of all, what's the medium here? What's the medium? What's the medium, Amy?
Oil on canvas.
It's oil on canvas. Now this was meant...
I just never knew anything about art before, so it's just really fun to learn that there's so much in art besides, just a picture. And that so now I can look at like a building and know certain parts of the building and know what century they're from, and it's cool.
Learning about art history is entertaining. It's not like a lecture, or it's not like a workbook study. It's more like hands-on and visual, so that way you get to learn more about the history and the pieces and the story behind the pieces of art.
This painting we're going to look at in a second, the third class carriage, has been used numerous times on the AP test.
The kids are the fun part. It's the part of the students that make it worth it, period. If it wasn't for the students, this job wouldn't be any fun at all.
Okay.
Their pursuit of knowledge and the things that they discover and the things that they learn are almost magical in the classroom.
She wouldn't be mean, she'd give us candy, she'd let us have humongous desks, our own computers, and almost a bed.
Do you have a teacher like that?
No.
You think 1/2's bigger? So we're going to have the crocodile open his mouth to that other side. You want to take a bite of the biggest. The fattest, the juiciest number. Okay.
Oh, they're great. They're a great energizer as well. Sometimes I forget how old I am and how young they are. I feel like we can do a lot of the same things.
Now I'd like you to make sure you have 18 chips, 18 members.
When I come to work, my colleagues, they're also very professional. There is a huge amount of education, a lot of endorsements. So when I come to work, I feel very revitalized working with these people. It is a cooperative effort. It's not just one person teaching, and we bolster each other up and we help each other out with different ideas and different ways of doing things.
You're going to share with 9. Share with 9.
I learned that about division and multiplication and a lot of other stuff.
Like the continents and stuff, like, what's it called again? Like South America and North America and Australia, Africa, and we do fun things like projects.
But look at the problems, look at the numbers. This says 1/2, this says 2/4, this says 4/8.
Yeah, but they're all 1/2.
They're all the
Same amount of stuff.
very good. Okay.
I received a letter from a parent along with this grungy ruler. And this is a child I had in my 4th grade class 8 years ago. And the child had a little trouble realizing how to turn his work in and getting his work turned in. And his mother was very frustrated with him. And apparently he borrowed my ruler. They returned the ruler and telling me that she appreciated the lessons that he learned when he was in 4th grade. And she called it a reminder of the miracle that happened because he graduated in the top 10% of his class at Olympus High School last year. And that was great satisfaction for me.
Because of the great teachers in the Granite School District, from here, anything's possible. And that's from the heart.